Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We've got a whole lot on the show this morning. I've got my friend, a brother on the show, Wilfred Shondo. Welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV.
Thank you and good morning, Mr. Fash. It's always a pleasure sharing the stage with you.
Okay, let's go straight to business. Let's start from this particular story. Yes, it was all good news. I would say good news. A day before yesterday, on Wednesday, when the president actually with his hammer, according to some section, but it is what it is. He's trying to reshape the country, and in that effect, it also got to the sporting sector. Now, reaction, the story this morning is that reaction continues to trace Shehu Diko's appointment as a National Sports Commission chairman, and the latest reaction is coming from the Nigerian Association for Physical Health, Education, Recreation, Sports and Dance, NAFAD, and that the statement of this particular reaction was made available to 360 Sports. The president of that particular association, that is Professor Florence Bola Ademola, who signed that statement, at least commending President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for bringing back the National Sports Commission.
Well, that's a very good one, for the sport. And I think the appointment of Mr. Shehu Diko as the chairman of Nigerian Sport Commission, must have taken a lot of Nigerians by surprise. But then this is somebody who has actually served, under the LMC. So the question that most Nigerians should be asking now is, what were the legacies left behind by Mr. Shehu Diko while serving with the LMC? Are the legacies having positive effect on our today's football development or negative effect? But then if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu deem him fit to anchor a big organization like a Nigerian Sport Commission, then I think all he just need at this point in time is for Nigerians to put behind their angers and whatever the motives they nurture towards him, and then support him to move the Nigerian sport to the next level.
Okay, for Shehu Diko, he is a man with wealth of experience. As we speak, he is a member of a FIFA committee for competition. He's a member. During his time, like you mentioned, with LMC, we saw what he did with the league management company then, that is what's called for the Nigerian Premier Football League. They were in charge organizing our league, and at some point, he also held position the Club Owners Association of Nigeria. He has been, let me say, he is someone who has been into sports. He knows what sports is all about, and I think from my own end, that is why the president said, okay, this is the man who can steer the ship, who can really, who knows what to do. Because if we want to talk about expertise, I think he's a technocrat when it comes to sports.
Well, if you go by that, Mr. Shehu Diko's weight of experience is something that one can not write it off. But let's see and let's look into during his time with the LMC. What were his achievements and how competent was the league under his watch. But then, as I said, the past should be the past, and then his weight of experience is actually what Nigeria in the Nigerian sport need at this particular point in time, and then his appointment into the Nigerian Sport Commission should be a huge one rather than going back to his previous achievement.
Okay, for Shehu Diko, Alhaji Shehu Diko, he will head that National Sports Commission, which is a good one. The president has been getting the commendation. We used to have the National Sports Commission before. It was changed to the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Sports Development. Later, it was the youth was taken out, created a separate ministry for the youth, and now we now have sports development. But now we're back to where it used to be. And for NAFAD, they have actually advised Alhaji Shehu Diko at least to take Nigerian sports back to its glory days and then improve on what we used to have. So definitely we are looking forward to Alhaji Shehu Diko alongside other Nigerians who are actually reacting to that appointment of him by the, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to head that particular sports sector in Nigeria. So Father's Day, not only you, other are also making sure they contribute, at least they advise and what have you, so that we can have what it is in Nigerian sport doing well. All right, let's leave that story and quickly go straight to Togo Lomé. Yes, the Flying Eagles, against all odds, yesterday did the unthinkable, if you ask me. They beat Cote d'Ivoire, the young elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, 2-1 to advance to the semi-final of the competition they won in 2022.
That's football for you. You know, if you want to judge by the first match against the Burkina, it was a tough one. You know, losing to a team like that, and ordinarily one should say, okay, it was a kind of a demoralizing, result, but. The guys, they sat back and they had a rethink, and they said to themselves, guys, you know what? We're not here to lose. We're not here to go back home. We have to, have something, special for the fans. We have to have something special for our coach, who has so much faith in us, and who has actually been given for the first time, given the responsibility to saddle, a team like Flying Eagles, considering his outing with Academy Warriors, which ended the FA Cup. So
yes,
I think the guys they came out together, and they gave a good account of themselves. And then for me, imagine victorious and qualifying for the next phase of the game of the tournament. I think it's the pure result of hard work and relentless effort from both the technical crew, the coach, and the players.
Okay, you are close to these guys, the coach, the players. When they were in Abuja before they left because of distraction to Ikene, we saw firsthand. We saw a raw team. Within the space of the time of this competition, and when they prepared, and when the appointment of Aliou Zubairu by the NFF, will you say he has made a tremendous progress with the team? Fine, we are into the semi-final to play Niger Republic, but generally your assessment, we lost our first game to Burkina Faso, you said that, and winning Cote d'Ivoire because they needed that win against Cote d'Ivoire. So your general assessment of the team so far, with 2 games they've played, coupled with the friendlies we saw them play here in Abuja and then in Ikene.
For me, my general assessment to the team, I would say, the team has impressed me so far. I witnessed part of the, screening exercise, the camping exercise, even though there were a lot of distractions while they were here in the capital, in Abuja. There were a lot of distractions from, players, agents, and some other, administrators that are involved in football.
Families
families and friends, and then they decided to move to Ekene, which was quite a little bit remote from city, like comparing to the standard and the location of Abuja. So which actually gave them more focus and the maximum concentration on the preparations, and they had a couple of friendly games, which actually toughens and sharpen their mind towards the competition. So whatever height they have attained so far in the tournament, for me, I wouldn't say it's a surprise, because they've prepared for it. They've psychologically, emotionally, and then physically. Though another thing we should be asking is, are they financially motivated? Because actually one part of the game aspect of the game that we cannot take away. But then so far the guys are just living up to expectation, I must say. Okay,
against Niger Republic, what are your expectations?
It's always easy for one to just come out and say we have the rivalry ties with the top dogs like South Africa, Ghana, and the rest, but nobody talks about Niger. I mean, the same Niger upset us, stop us from qualifying for under 17 World Cup in 2016. So there should be something. There should be a score to settle. So they, as I always say, they must not be complacent. They must be on phase, and they must go out and with maximum focus, with bearing at heart that more than 200 million Nigerians are watching, and they are eagerly waiting to celebrate. And so it's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be an easy ride. But then the guys, I think, they're going to give the fans a run for their money, and hopefully we will have something positive to take home.
Okay, something positive to take home. Nigeria is actually the defending champions of the Under-20 Waffle B regional tournament, where they have to pick the AFCON ticket 2025. South Africa will be hosting. All right, let's leave that story and go straight to the continent properly. Let's go straight to CAF. It is the 2024 CAF Awards. Yes, Nigerians are expecting a back-to-back. In this one, we have Ademola Lookman, William Shoes Ekong makes final list of Player of the Year, as Super Eagles is nominated for Team of the Year, award also. And we also have Sterling Nwabali, who is in there for the Player of the Year. As you can see on the screen, that the graphics, these are all of the players for Player of the Year. Now, let's start with that. Let's look at the Player of the Year. We have Ademola Lookman Williams choose Ekong. Two Super Eagles players in there to slug it out with the likes of Rowan Williams, who is also in the Goalkeeper of the Year. We have Sofiane Rahimi of Morocco, Akraf Hakimi of Morocco. A lot of them. We have Soumao Akomak in there, and that is from Cote d'Ivoire. Then we have this Congo player in there. So Mashilela by name. For Williams choose Ekong and Ademola Lookman, they have a very tough opposition, but in there we know they deserve to be there. Before we look at the third player who was supposed to be there, unfortunately his name was screened out. We will still talk about that.
Judging by their performance in the AFCON with the national team of Nigeria, the Super Eagles, I think it's a way deserving stage they are in the team of the nomination, because if you check, Lookman did very well with his club side, and in the Nations Cup he was everywhere, and then Ekong brought out his heart, played out his blood, his soul, and everything for the team. So I think it's just a pure reward for his hard work, and none of them that is there that I would say it's a mistake or a fluke. So I think it's a way deserving, and of course not forgetting Achraf Hakimi, a man
with PSG.
With PSG, he did well. Unfortunately, his team could not go beyond a certain stage, but I mean, everyone saw how motivated he was, how the kind of leadership he brought before his team, and how motivated he was around his players and I mean his colleagues. So I think it's a good list, but then let's see what the final decision that FIFA will make, and who emerges the best among them.
Okay, let's have that graphics back, that picture, the full one for the Player of the Year award. Let's see those names boldly. We have Sofiane Rahimi, Ademola Lookman, Williams Trooks Ekong. We have Rowan Williams. We have Akraf Hakimi there. We have Annie. We have Edmond Tapsoba of Burkina Faso, who is in there. We have Simon Adingra of Cote d'Ivoire, and then we have Gurasi of Guinea. So these are the players that will be Ademola Lookman. Okay, from your own, I know they will go through process, as in players, captains of the various national team, and then the coaches will vote, and then some session the journalists before, or the CAF executive, whatever, will do their own voting. But if we look at it, I think every player in there deserves, to be fair enough, but as a patriotic Nigerian, I want Ademola Lookman, because if we want to place these guys side by side, I think Ademola Lookman had performed every other player in there, considering what he did with the Super Eagles and with Atlanta in the Europa League final, playing in the biggest stage in Europe.
Reality has nothing to do with patriotism. I mean, it's all about it's just stating the obvious. For me to even be more unpatriotic, not to speak the truth, the way it is.
Okay.
So for Ademola Lookman, I mean, he has the day, because he deserves it, considering how much he has put in the national team and also in his club side. So it's not about patriotism or unpatriotism, but I think the guy deserves the award.
Okay, let's have that of the goalkeeper. We'll talk about of the goalkeeper quickly. We'll see where Sterling Nwabali there. We have Kwasma Benyot, Algeria, and USM Algeria. We have Andre Onana of Cameroon, Manchester United. We have Yahya Fofana of Cote d'Ivoire, and Angaz Esso in French Ligue 1. We have Lionel Mpassi, DR Congo, and Rodiz AF. We have Mustafa Choubert of Egypt and Al Ahly. We have Djou Diarra, Mali, and Young Africans. We have Mouni Kaju, Morocco, and Aras Bakken. We have Stanley Nwabali, Nigeria, Chipa United, Rowan Williams, South Africa, Mamelodi Sundown, and we have Amala Michi, Tunisia, and Esperance Sportive de Tunis. Now for Sterling Nwabali, I think it's going to be a big, he has a very stiff competition in there with this number of goalkeepers I mentioned.
I don't think there's anything stiff there. I mean, just, here, Fofana and, Stanley Nwabali, I mean.
What of Rowan Williams of South Africa?
Maybe, but I mean, how far did he go with his team?
Okay, how far did it go with this team? Nigeria South Africa played in the semi-final, and Sterling Wambali was the star man during the penalty shootout. So we wish them well. And also, the Super Eagles were quickly nominated for Team of the Year.
Of course, they deserved it. They deserved that nomination. We did well. We did well. We did absolutely well. So it's a deserved nomination.
Okay, for the Team of the Year, let's see who scooped this award when the award will come up in Marrakech, Morocco. We are rooting for Ademola Lookman in there to win the Player of the Year award. William Ekong is also there. Sterling Wambali, Goalkeeper of the Year. Super Eagles Team of the Year. But for the Young Player of the Year, Nigeria missed out. And also the Coach of the Year, we don't have Pissarro in there, a man who got to the final with the Super Eagles. All right, let's leave that story quickly. Still on the continent, but this time around, uncertainty. We'll go straight to CAF in Cairo, where uncertainty surrounds CAF verdict on Super Eagles Libya ordeal. We were expecting this on Wednesday. We were expecting that verdict to be given when in their General Assembly, but till now, the CAF is not actually saying anything. We've not heard anything from CAF. Speculations going on here and there, but until CAF comes out with their own verdict, I believe they must have been through with their investigation.
CAF is a reputable organization with global recognition, not just continental, but globally. It's recognized, and they must protect their reputation at all times. We say this the other day. There's a law that guides. There's a law that governs our football, that governs everything that involves football in Africa. And if CAF must be fair, to be transparent in their dealings, they should come out and speak so that everybody, because I'm surprised that even up to this moment where we speak, no official statement has been made as regarding, the incident that took place in Libya, against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And if you look at it, one may begin to ask, because as I said, there are laws that guide, the game, in Africa. So what does the law say for someone who is found guilty of violating a certain act, of the law? What penalty, does the person serve? This is what we should be asking. But then also at the other side, at the other hand, we should not just, point the cold fingers towards CAF. The federation, what pressure are they? What effort have they made, to seek for redress or to seek for a decision from the CAF? Is there any hidden benefits, from the CAF to the federation that they are afraid of losing out? That up to now, no official statement has been made by the federation seeking, a verdict or seeking a judgment towards, the incident that took place. So this is what we should be asking. Is there something that someone is hiding? Is there any interest that someone is protecting, so that he's not denied of, so a lot of things I think is beyond what you and I are saying. But I think CAF should come out to clear their name, to write their name in the good book of billions of Africans all over the spread all over the world, because the entire world is watching. This is not just about you and I. This is not just about Nigerians or the Libyans. It's about everybody that's involved in football. CAF is a governing body that governs African football, but then it has a global recognition, and it's connected to FIFA. And they know how things should be done, because if these decisions are not properly taken, it's going to affect us, even at the global stage. So yes, I think it's a high time that CAF comes out, to clear themselves, give a clarity on the situation, and declare themselves off from whatever accusations people might be thinking, because I think something is beginning to sound fishy. If you look at the situation we're in Africa, most times our judgment comes with a lot of emotions and and politics. But then it is what it is.
Okay, it is what it is. For our man in there who is with the CAF Executive Committee, we have Amaju Meve Pinnick, who is saying yes, CAF will definitely make a statement, will come out with their verdict. So we are waiting. We are supposed to have that verdict on Wednesday, but till now, nothing has come up. Speculations here and there that this weekend, let's wait and see what CAF will do. All right, let's move away from that story and go straight to Europe. This time around, there were Europa League games. The second tier Europa club competition, that is a Europa League. There were games last night. Manchester United under Erik ten Hag continues to fumble and wumble when it comes when it matters most. They went straight to Turkey, but it was 1-1 against their former coach, Jose Mourinho. All attention was on Ten Hag, but all of a sudden, Mourinho stole the show. He got red carded in that game and he was sent to the stands. But let's have the full result quickly. Manchester United and Fenerbahce played 1-1 after Eriksen giving them that lead. We have Eintracht Frankfurt beat Rigas FS 1-0. Ferencváros 1, Nice 0. We have Maccabi Tel Aviv lost at home to Real Sociedad 2-1. Midtjylland 1 beat Union St. Gilloise 1-0. POK 2, Victoria Plzen 2. Qarabağ lost to Ajax at home 3-0. Roma beat Dynamo Kiev 1-0. Anderlecht 2, Ludogorets 0. And we have Athletic Club 1-0 against Slava Prague of Czech. And then the third tier competition, also the Conference League. We had games in Conference League for Chelsea. They continue to do well. Okay, the continuation of the Europa League, I beg your pardon. Fenerbahce played 1-1 with Manchester United. Malmo FF lost to Olympiacos Piaros 1-0. That is of Greece. Olympic Lyonnais also lost at home to Besiktas of Turkey 1-0. We have Porto who beat Hoffenheim 2-0. Rangers came back. They have woken up from this particular win. They beat FCSB 4-0. Tottenham Hotspur XZ Akma 1-0 despite finishing that game with 10 men for XZ Akma. They did well. And Lazio beat FC 2-0 away in their home ground in Netherlands. But quickly, just 1 or 2 about Manchester United, who played 1-1 draw with Fenerbahce.
Well, Manchester United is a team that it's got a very huge history, a very big and respected locker room with a lot of lawyers. But then at this point, one may begin to ask, is that how the transition process is? Because every time you ask one, they will always tell you that they're undergoing a transition process, and they're trying to have a rebuilding process where the younger generation we take over from what legacy the older generation has left behind. But then up to this moment, I mean, nothing to show, nothing to write home about, and Erik ten Hag is still there, so his employers should know what to do better.
Okay, his employers should know what to do better. Before we go on the show, because we're out of time, Arsenal, Liverpool, keen on Real Madrid midfielder Ademola. And then the last one, Newcastle, Alexander Isak has no long-term deal with club despite Chelsea interest. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on the show this morning. 360 Sports. Thanks, Wilfred, for coming on 360 Sports.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Fash.
Okay, it's good. Have you around, and that is it on the program. I am Emmanuel Fashion. We say thanks for watching.